Many people out there don't always realize that flight attendants have some really difficult jobs, and now more than ever it is becoming difficult to accommodate all these strange and unruly people on the plane. To a man who is actually duct taped to his chair, to weird people who should never be allowed on a plane again. Here are 20 kinds of passengers that flight attendants hate. Number 20. Crazy old people. Being an airplane passenger isn't as easy as it looks either, and sometimes people just want to feel as though they're inside their own home and not miles in the sky. We're not really too sure what this guy does at home, but he seems to be getting quite comfortable while unbuttoning his shirt. He feels a little bit self-conscious about his male pattern balding and is using a bag to cover up his head since his toupees are in his checked baggage. Flight attendants sign up for accommodating all kinds of passengers, and it seems as though they could be working at a nursing home when stuff like this happens. Number 19. Barefooted passengers. Yes, we understand that navigating your way through the airport might be physically demanding in some cases, and your feet might get tired. That doesn't always mean you should take off your shoes and place your smelly feet wherever you'd like. You better believe that flight attendants don't like these kind of passengers, and they're probably going to have to wipe down the walls after seeing this. Number 18. Feet on the seat. Just because no one is sitting in front of you doesn't mean you can just put your feet on top of their headrest like this guy in the photo. This one is worse than the last one, and you can only imagine the reaction on the flight attendant's face when she sees this. Number 17. Sleepy seat hoggers. Each one of those seats this woman is lying on can be very expensive depending on where it's going. This woman here should be getting charged for all three of them. When one seat proves to be too small, other adjacent seats will have to try to accommodate this sleepy seat hugger who has no concern for the rules. There are probably numerous reasons why this person is completely passed out like this, but we're just gonna go ahead and assume that they probably do this in their spare time anyways. Number 16. People who clip their toenails on the flight. In case you thought you can just do about anything you'd like to on the plane, think again. We're not even sure how this toenail clipper made it past TSA in the first place. This could be a serious hazard to everyone's health. We don't know what kind of toe jam you got going on, but please don't leave it behind on the plane. Someone is going to have to clean it up for Christ's sake. If you were a flight attendant, imagine the face you would give someone who you caught doing this. You'd then have to confiscate the toenail clipper as well, so no easy job. Number 15. Complete slobs. These people on this plane just totally destroyed it, leaving behind a huge toxic mess as if it were a movie theater. Pillows, blankets, wrappers, and who knows what was just all over the place. It's not their job to clean up after you, and you can show a little more respect to the people who are bringing you your food. And you wonder why all the water on the plane was contaminated? It's to get back at slobby people like these people. Number 14. Messy parents. New generations of unbelievable slobs seem to be taking over on airplanes right now, and discussing things such as diapers might be found like we see in this case. You better believe that flight attendants hate these people. Think about the message they're sending to their kids by leaving behind trash like this. Not only does it smell awful, but it poses serious health risks. Someone please clean this place. Number 13. Long hair and don't care. It's one thing to have long, beautiful, flowing hair that you want to show off to everyone. Then it's another thing to put that into other people's personal space. In fact, there really should be an imaginary line from anything behind your seat to the beginning of the seat of the person in front of you, marking your territory. If the person behind her was allowed to bring a pair of scissors, it seems like it would be the perfect time to use them. Or maybe even some gum? Who knows? Number 12. Flexy and she knows it. This is where all those yoga poses come into handy finally. She can just fold her legs up and place them wherever she wants. If you're this flexible, who cares if you got legroom or not? This probably isn't as annoying for the flight attendants as it is for the person in front of her who has a close proximity to those smelly socks. Number 11. The touchy-feely kind. Traveling can be a very romantic experience for some people, but it shouldn't be that romantic when you're traveling in coach class on a busy plane. We understand that drinks get passed around to help people calm down, but it can certainly have a different effect on some people. Take these two, for example. Imagine they're traveling somewhere for their honeymoon, or something else. Either that, or this guy got placed next to the right girl. Keep it classy, y'all. Number 10. The booze smugglers. Things start to get a little bit out of control when people find ways to bring their own booze onto the plane. Some airports allow you to buy tax-free alcohol and then bring them onto the flights. But those bags are supposed to remain unopened until you reach your destination. For this guy we see here, it looks as though he didn't follow the guidelines and might have had a few too many. If turbulence hits, those bottles and his open cups are going to fly around everywhere and cause some serious problems. Hopefully that kid in front of him won't take a drink. Number 9. The Bros. You can probably spot the bros by hearing the type of vocabulary they use, which tends to include words such as dude, chick, gnarly, epic, and one of their favorite words, brahh. These men, who are often associated with fraternities, take it upon themselves to get as drunk as possible and attempt to turn the entire plane into one big party. This guy we see here appears to be drinking directly out of the duty-free alcohol bottle he purchased, and it seems to have intoxicated him to the point where he has removed his shirt. Number 8. The Bathroom Destroyers. Trying to keep a darn plane clean seems to be a serious challenge for those flight attendants that probably aren't ready for it. They probably had no idea how rude and how crazy people would be when they signed up for this job. At least try to make it easy for them by trying to keep the bathroom clean. From the looks of it, people just left all their paper towels wherever they felt like it. Number 7. Whoever this guy is. If a flight attendant or other passengers have to duct tape you to a chair, we're assuming they don't like you too much. It's not exactly sure what this guy did, but some sources online say he was drinking way too much on the plane. He apparently drank all of his duty-free liquor on the plane and allegedly tried to choke the passenger next to him. The police determined he was very intoxicated, and Iceland Air added plastic zip ties to their arsenal in case another situation like this happens again. It seems as though he's the one being held captive, and he'll have one heck of a story to tell when he gets back. If only we can do this to more people on the plane making too much noise. Even with the duct tape on, he was still screaming relentlessly. Number 6. Pizza Cookers. This guy must have been researching some life hack videos and thought it'd be a good idea to try to heat up a slice of pizza with the overhead reading lamp. We doubt this one worked out unless the light was producing some serious heat. Flight attendants might be wondering what the heck is going on when someone is holding a slice of pizza up to the ceiling. It would probably take an extremely long amount of time to get it heated up this way, but maybe it's worth a shot. Number 5. The Overflowing Ones. There's nothing wrong with being large and in charge, but not all airplanes are made to accommodate guests such as this guy. Flight attendants will have to stroll by extra carefully with the refreshment carts, or this guy might be getting unexpected rammed to the back. Times are changing, and flights need to consider other methods to make guests such as him more comfortable. Number 4. Kids with stickers. Parents were probably trying to keep their kids occupied somehow, and it led to mayhem all over the walls next to the window seat. Whoever thought it'd be a good idea to let their kids play with stickers is beyond me, but it happened nonetheless. Number 3. The ones that don't wear pants. Going through airport security can definitely be a pain in the butt. How many times do they need to check us before they decide we're not a terrorist? Some people might decide that it's just easiest to not wear pants and probably a lot more comfortable. With a little mix of airline booze and the onset of a horrific plane wedgie, we suppose it's understandable to avoid pants altogether. Imagine once this guy gets on the plane, the flight attendants might feel a little bit awkward. Number 2. The Smelly Ones. We understand that flying is difficult while you're traveling, and it's pretty hard to keep yourself smelling fresh. Maybe it's because TSA seems to confiscate things such as spray deodorant, but just because it's not your fault doesn't mean the flight attendants won't hate you for it. This person smelled so bad, they decided to wrap him in a plastic bag for the remainder of the flight. Number 1. Passengers with pets. Most service animals go through a lot of training in order to become one, and some claim that they really do help them with anxiety of flying. It's becoming the new cool trend to travel with a pet, but many don't realize that sometimes these are actually people who just want to bring their pet on the plane. People have started traveling with fake emotional support animals, and it's becoming a hassle for flight attendants to accommodate all the furry flight passengers. And it's not just dogs, as you can tell from this photo of this woman bringing her emotional support pig on the plane. People often don't want to pay the large sum of cash to have their pet go airborne. Many claim that it's getting to the point where people are taking advantage of the system. It got so out of control that even this turkey was considered to be an emotional support animal. Get out of here.
So which one did you think was the most interesting? Be sure to leave us a comment in the comment section and subscribe for new videos every day.